So my dude, sorry for the delay in videos for about a week here. I've actually been getting back into real life riding. Yeah, what a shocker. Oh, Spencer actually rides in real life? What the hell's going on here? Yeah, it's basically what I've been doing. I went and rode 2 days this past week, so we'll be getting back to doing all that. And also getting the faster internet and everything. Everything's kind of coming to a point right here, so I apologize if the uploads get a little inconsistent here, but we got a lot of stuff going on. We'll get everything back rocking, but either way, Cooper Webb, wow. Had to come in here and make a video on this. So this whole sort of Cooper Webb championship mentality, championship mindset, this is just one of those things I really wanted to dive in a little bit here and talk about, because it's really like this intangible thing, you can't teach it, you can't, and I'm talking about in the 450 class specifically. There's a lot of guys that can do it in the 250 class. You only have to do it for 8 rounds, 8 races. But once you get up to that 450 class, you got to be able to keep it all together for 16, 17 rounds. And man, that really separates the men from the boys. It just really does. And Webb has whatever that is, and he just proved it again with this championship. It's kind of like, one of the best examples I can give for it is, it's kind of like, it's like you got to treat the championship like it's a main event, right? So, like, for instance, in a main event, what a lot of times happens with a lot of these guys, they'll get, they'll really start towards the end of the race, towards the end of the main event. Some of these guys that can really start getting it going at the end, you got to kind of pick your time in the main event to where you got to tone it back, you got to chill, pick the time to strike, pick the time to, really pick up the pace. And a lot of what Webb has done in a bunch of main events is he comes on strong at the end, right? And that's what allows him to do what he does. And he's the same way when it comes to a championship series. He's not necessarily flashy at the start. He's not, just blowing your mind with speed, or like, oh my God, Webb's just, railing these ruts like Tomac or whatever. But I swear to God, it's like everything's so calculated. He thinks about the whole championship. You can tell that Webb, out of all of them out there, it just seems like he's got it. You know how back in the days when, like, you would see a guy in a main event and you'd think, oh, well, just give him a couple laps, he'll get it going, just give him a couple laps and he'll get it towards the end, or he's like waiting until everybody else gets tired, then he's really going to strike at the end of the main event. Well, that's exactly what Webb does, but with the championship. Webb will come on strong at the end of the championship when everybody else is dog beat, tired, wore out. Half the people are injured, half the people's missed main events or had terrible results. Webb does just good enough at the start to where he keeps himself in it. Just how in a main event, you don't want to get a terrible start. You got to at least get a decent start so you can keep yourself in it. And as long as you can come on strong at the end, you can win a main event. And that's exactly how Webb treats the championship. That's how you have to treat a championship. I feel like a lot of these guys, they're not even actually, yeah, they want to win the championship, but they're not really racing for the championship. You understand what I'm saying? They're not really. It's like people like Barsha, he just cares more about winning a race. To be completely honest with you, yeah, he wants to win a title, but he don't have that. Barsha just does not have that 450, full championship series mentality. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of them that just don't have that, man. They just don't. Webb is the best one when it comes to that. Like that overall, not letting the highs and lows get to him, striking, being fast when he needs to be, taking a third when he needs to, taking a fifth when he needs to, and he just proved it all again. My money's on Webb, dog. If he's healthy, I mean, and it's getting to the point now where Webb is doing the, he's almost starting to really make this whole other kind of riding style popular now at this point, right? And I think Dungey kind of introduced this a little bit with the KTM, but then Webb has kind of fine-tuned it and kept it going. This whole thing where Webb will kind of like, he does this like, where he'll cut all the corners short, you know? He kind of does this like super sharp turn. If you'll watch him in the main events, he almost skips the entire corner. It's almost like he's cheating, but he's not. You know what I'm saying? So he's introducing this whole different kind of ride style where it's more about getting on your brakes quick, skipping all the ruts up the inside, and just like basically skipping the whole corner, which is the complete opposite of somebody like Tomac that's just going to go in there and fucking rail the corner, you know, burn blast the corner like Barsha and Tomac and all them guys. I love the fact that Supercross allows so many different kind of riding styles and different ways to, it's not just about, you know, being wide ass open on the throttle. That's not what Supercross is, you know. You can be really fast and get the job done in so many different ways, and Webb is proving that. You know, Webb is like the complete opposite of a berm blasting Tomac. He's like really technical, really thinks about like, okay, if I don't really have to go around the outside of this corner, if I could actually save time by going to the inside, way to the inside, and just squaring the corner, like cutting the corner, he'll do it. No matter how weird it looks, no matter how stupid it looks or how it doesn't make any sense, he finds ways to go fast on the track without actually looking like he's going fast on the track. You know what I'm saying? So Webb's doing like a whole nother vibe right now. It's really cool to see it. But Webb, like, good God, man. Even in this last main event, he made everybody look like they had no clue what they was doing in the race. You know, and like at the first start of the race, you know, Webb got behind Rozcen there, and it looked like they were kind of going back and forth. It looked like he was going to pass him, but he just kind of chilled out. You know, Webb just chilled out, let the race kind of play out. Sexton passed him. Then Rozcen started falling back towards the middle of the race. Webb basically was able to get around him with no issue. And it's like Webb just lets the whole race play out. It's like he's got that full 20-minute race mindset, you know, that full championship mindset. He's not just thinking about what's happening on this one lap. He's not just thinking about what's happening in this one race. You know what I'm saying? He thinks about it as a whole. He thinks about the main event as a whole. You know, if I let off and ease off these couple laps and let Rozcen get tired, then I can get around him without having to do anything. Or, you know, if I wait till the last 4 or 5 laps and let Sexton get into the lappers, then I can really start, you know, really getting on the gas then and getting up behind him. You know, it's like he just understands that racecraft, you know. So that's something that's been really cool to see out of Webb. But, yeah, man, Rozcen went back to, like, 9th. Tomac was way the hell back there. I don't know what them boys was doing, but, god damn, they ought to be ashamed of themselves in that race, because they literally just let Webb make them look like straight-up beginners in that race. I'm just keeping it real right now. Yeah, Rozcen got the start, but, like, oh, my God, I don't think they realize how much confidence they're giving Webb right now. Like, Webb is the fucking dude right now, period. I'm not just talking about for a race. I'm talking like he's making them look like they have no idea what they're doing on the track. And the fact that, Sexton looked amazing in the whoops in this last race and looked so good. And then the fact that Webb was able to get all the way back up to Sexton, didn't have to win the race at all. Obviously, Webb's got the, championship on the line. Webb's really the only one that had anything to lose out there. And yet he still had the mental state of mind. You've heard a lot of people talk about, even Ryan Hughes has talked about Cooper Webb being one of the most mental there kind of guys. You can tell he's comprehending everything that's going on around him. You know what I'm saying? And he certainly did that in this whole championship and in this last race. Caught all the way back up past Sexton and then won the race and won the championship. It's just like, man. Even if Rozcen would have won the last 3 or 4 races, he still wouldn't have had a chance. he still wouldn't have had a chance. Just imagine, you know. Rozcen literally could have won the past 3, 4, 5 races even almost, and he still wouldn't have won the championship. So just to put that into perspective, it really makes you think. But, oh, and by the way, just to throw this in there, yeah, I predicted this at the start of the season. I said that Tomac wasn't going to win, and it was either going to be Webb, Cincerillo, or Osborne that was going to win it. That was before I knew Cincerillo had the injury before the season. So really, had I known that, I would have just said either Webb or Osborne was going to win it, and Webb won it. So, Spency boy, the tea sipper, the predictor, dog. Here we are again, bro. Here we are again. I swear to God, I predicted this way before the season even started. So, we'll see if I can get it next year, too. But either way, man, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.